Hey guys, you know what time it is? Yep, it's time for another video here on the 67 Mustang channel. So what are we going to get into today? Something that I've talked about a couple of times. Nothing in greater detail. Give you a hint, it's not the window regulators. For some reason I keep putting that off. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I don't want to have to tear the door apart, which isn't that hard, but I got brand new door panels in it and I'm afraid it will mess them up. So I keep putting that off. But anyway, let's get over here and I'll show you what we're about to get into. Okay guys, so what we're going to get into here today with the Mustang is, well, it's basically the exhaust. I think I've mentioned before, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before, that I've smelled when driving the car some exhaust and I think I've got an exhaust leak in there. So I have completely replaced the exhaust system on the car. Right, if you go back through some old videos, you'll see where I did that. At least I think so. A lot of I'm not sure about. Anyway, so I've done a couple of things to try to help with the exhaust smell or leak coming in to the driver's compartment. So I'll show you that real quick, and then we'll talk about what else I'm going to do now. Okay, bring you in. So you know, there's a bunch of holes in the firewall here for wires to pass through and cables and things to go through and whatnot. So I have tried to seal those up because, you know, I rewired the car, so all the factory sealant that was in there for the factory wire harness and all that has come out. I have put grommets in there. But what I did is I went in and basically used strip caulk. So if you're not familiar with strip caulk, it's this stuff right here, and it's little strips of very squishy, pliable black stuff. I don't know how else to face it, that can go in and help seal things. So I've used a lot of that and to try to see if that would help. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it helped. It certainly didn't hinder, because those were some pretty big holes back in there where some of that stuff went through, that I was able to put some caulk. You can see where I did the squirter thing the other week to fix that. So trying to seal that up with some of that to, again, keep exhaust gas as well as heat and stuff from there. So done that. But again, I'm still getting exhaust smell coming through the car. So when I replaced the exhaust on the car in here, you know, all of it's new. It was in a new exhaust manifold, new exhaust pipe, all the way back, and then a new muffler and all that in here, all stock. Yep, nothing, you know, obviously no headers, although they do make a header for the inline six that I've thought about getting, but that's later down the road. But I'm still, again, still not thinking I'm good with the exhaust. I think I'm still getting some of that. So when I replaced it, when I got the new manifold on, which I also at the time took the heads in, had the head reworked and all that, when I bolted it all back together, I used just a plain Velcro gasket. It's a stock Velcro gasket that I got. When I got the whole kit, I just got it all. And yeah, I think that's where my issue is, as well as where the exhaust pipe connects to the manifold. I'm not sure I got that seated properly with the donut gasket that's in there, and I'm not sure that the studs that go up, so there's studs. Let's see if I can get you down here so you might be able to see this. So there's these studs right here that go up into the manifold, and I don't think I may have driven those in all the way into the manifold. So I'm going to try to redo that as well to get all that. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that manifold off too, because I really hate the fact that the engine looks so nice and it looks crappy, which I tried to paint it with engine paint. It didn't obviously take or stay, so I've got some new paint for that that's supposed to be the high heat. Well, I'll show you what I got. Whoops. Over here I've got this Raptor flame proof primer resist heat up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's primer, and then I've got a satin black or a flat black, flat black to go on there. So hopefully that'll make that look nicer as well. So with that, what have I got to replace the Felpro gasket that I put on there originally? Well, I reached out on the straight 6.4, the Mustang 6.4 and whatever on Facebook, and asked, because there are a lot of folks out there that are very knowledgeable about these engines, and I've gotten a lot of help through them in the past, and they recommended this remflex gasket. And I can tell you, well, if you can see that in here, that is a good bit thicker than the stock gasket that I put on here. So they said this seals things up much nicer than, I don't know if you can even see the gasket in between there and how thin it is. Probably can't really tell. Anyway, there, so I'm going to try to put this on and see how it does. Now these bolts should come out pretty good. I put some anti-seize when I put this on here, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, get it going. You don't need to watch me pull an exhaust manifold. It's not hard. The biggest thing I've got to, well, I don't have to, I may not, but I may have to pull the starter off to get to the very back bolts that are back, on the downside. So there's another bolt back up under in here that is, I think, easier if I pull the starter. We'll see. If I can avoid pulling the starter, I will. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start cranking on that and getting it out of here, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so we, as you can see, got that exhaust manifold off. It did escalate. I did have to take the starter off. Sorry, to get to the back bolt. I also had to loosen up the alternator to get to the front bottom bolt that is down here somewhere. Anyway, that one is down there. Anyway, you had to look and see what it looks like down there. So yeah, that escalated. But let's go take a look, shall we, at what we found, what we got with the gasket, and I can show you some things better now that it's out. So there is our wonderful cast iron exhaust manifold. Hard to believe that thing is relatively new, given what it looks like, but I promise you it is relatively new, certainly compared to original parts in the car. Here is that gasket. Again, keep in mind, this is a relatively new gasket, only a few years old. It sat on here like so, right? You can see that. Okay, so I think looking at it, let's see, if I hold this up to the light, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's definitely light showing through the gasket, which I don't think is supposed to happen. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this gasket just failed. And look how thin it is compared to, whoops, hold on, get it out here a second. 1 second, please. Okay, I thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry. So here's the new gasket. Look at the thickness of that. See if I can do this one-handed. So you can see, if you can see that. This is fun. This is the fun. Hold on. Jesus, get untangled. Okay, there we go. So there you can see the drastic difference between the two gaskets. As I said, I think this was a Felpro, and this is the reflex gasket. So now I didn't put any sealer on this thing at all, so maybe that was it. But anyway, I'm now going to start cleaning things up. And I've already started cleaning up. That's the clamp that held the exhaust to the car. There's anyway thing down there. So I'm going to get to cleaning all of this up in preparation for the new gasket. Well, in preparation for paint first, before we put on our new gasket. Which, yeah, that new gasket's going to go on like that. So, no, can't go on like that. It's got to go on like this, right? Yeah, it's like, why isn't that fitting? There we go. It's amazing when you turn it the right way, how it all lines up. So pretty. Anyway, now to cleaning. Okay, I'm doing this on my iPhone, but I think I found some of the reason for my exhaust leak beside the cheap gasket. But notice here, I've been trying to sand clean up where the old gasket was. Notice the dark versus the light. I think this casting for this manifold has some slight imperfections in it. So you can kind of see that all across. So I think cheap gasket plus poor castings is part of my reason. I hope the head's not that bad because I had the head fixed. I thought they planed out that stuff, but maybe they didn't. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to clean this up. Hey guys, it's the next day. I got some good progress done last night on things. So as you see down there, I've got the manifold all painted up. She's still drying there. I even worked on the exhaust bolts. There's one down there. One thing I wish I had done before I painted them, which is why they're still drying, is chasing the threads there. So I did go back and do that, but that kind of messed up the paint job on those, so I had to redo it. I like to chase threads on bolts and nuts and whatnot where I can, just to make sure things are going to thread in well, right? So I've also been working over here on the engine where this thing mates up with. See if I can get you down into here to see. I might need to take you off this sticky thing. There we go, got you off the sticky thing. And now, so you can see, I've been working on cleaning up these mating surfaces down here to get that so it seals good, I hope. So now I'm just really kind of waiting for everything to dry. I've also cleaned up the area on the exhaust pipe where it goes into the manifold and got that cleaned up. To go with that, I also have, let me see if I can find it. That's not it. Right here, new exhaust donut to go there. I actually got two just in case I mess one up. And here's what the old one looked like there. You can see it's pretty rough looking too. So, yep, there we go. So, we're making progress. We're going to get this new one bolted on here in a little bit. Like I said, just waiting for the paint to dry to make that happen. So, oh, I guess I should show you or should I show you? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that side paint at all, but I did clean up those mating surfaces pretty good. Gonna get them a little more, but I think that's, got that cleaned up. Try to get those high and low spots evened out. Again, the thicker gasket, I'm really hoping, takes care of that issue and whatnot. So hopefully it'll be better. So, yep. Anyway, like I said, waiting for paint to dry. Kind of like Is that, yeah, paint dry. Anyway, I don't know what the saying was. I was going with that. I brain fried here. So anyway, yep, I'm going to get things going and, or yeah, my brain is fried. Anyway, we'll get back at it here a little bit after this paint dries. Okay guys, I think we're ready to try to put this thing in here. This is going to be fun because that's one heavy manifold, right? Being cast iron and all. And I got to figure out how to get it in there with the gasket and do all that stuff. So try to get you set up here so you can watch me struggle with this, and we'll go from there, right? Shall we? I'm going to start here like this. And again, verify the gasket fit up. Yep, so the shiny side goes towards the block. So put that over here. This, snake this thing down in here like this, where it's close to where it's got to go. Right. Oops. Again. Whoops. This is going to be challenging. How did I do this once before? And the mic. I just thought I'd put that up. Almost had it. Okay. Started. Now, see if I can get one on the other side. Started. Whew. Okay. Okay, good. Started, so now I can get the other ones in. Whoop. Need to get my anti-seize stuff I picked up today. You can't see because another. And back there, so. Mike, stop it. Going in, let's see here. Just going to get them started in here, not going to try to run them down yet. I want to get them all in, and then I'm assuming this is like pretty much any other type of manifold or head or anything that you probably want to torque them going from the inside out. I don't know for a fact, though. Go. What the heck is that? Oh, that's the neighbor's big red car. Okay. See here, where's that other? Yay, I need to wipe off the sanders. And I see, okay, I'm going to keep going with this, guys. You don't need to sit here and watch me do this. I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, guys, so we got her bolted in there. A couple things I did want to mention. I just got them, a little more than finger tight. And then I just started in a circular pattern going out with these two, and then went to this one, and then over to here to this one and that one, and then kind of kept working and tighten them up a little bit at a time. The shop manual doesn't actually have a torque spec for these on the exhaust. I was just looking. So here's the wonderful shop manual. So here's the torque limits, which you can't see because of the shadow. We'll get out of the way. But you can see there's nothing manifold to block. We have inlet pipe to manifold, inlet pipe to engine bracket, bracket to engine, and so on. Nothing about manifold to block or manifold to engine. So I just made my best guess. I tightened them until I couldn't really tighten them anymore without putting a lot of strain on it. So we'll see how that goes. Did want to point out one other thing is with this, there are two size bolts. There are two long ones, and they go right here and then one right below it. Those are the two long ones. All the other ones are the same size. But like I said, I've got it in there. So now it's just a matter of buttoning everything else back up. And that's what I'm going to get busy doing now. Okay, more progress has been made. We got the alternator back where it belongs. We got the starter back where it belongs. Now, If you've never done a start on one of these things, this is one of the times where the 6-cylinder is not the easiest thing to work on. Usually the 6 is easier than a 289 or 302 or 351, or I say that I've never worked on a 351. 302 I have, 289 I have. But that bolt that is back there is a pain to get to. You have to get just the right length of extension to get the ratchet out to about here to get on that thing good. And yeah, there's no just one extension. You've got to find the right combination of, well, I'll tell you what I used, because I couldn't find. So I used a combination of a 3/8 adapter with a, or 3/8 adapter to a 1/4, back to a 3/8 adapter to get, you know, a little, basically a short extension, and then use that in combination with this medium length extension, and that was perfect. So that was, yeah, that was fun. That's what I did. That's really been the hardest thing. And I did find out there is a torque spec for those bolts. I did, you know, Google. Wow, who would have thought? And it said 14 to 16 foot-pounds. So I did break out the torque wrench and get those torqued down to spec. So really the only thing I have left is to get the pipe hooked back up to the manifold, and we should be done. I'm going to try to do a little cleaning down there more so too, because, well, because, you know, if you didn't clean and paint things, this would go a whole lot faster. I'm just saying. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll finish all that up now, and we'll come back then. Okay, guys, we got her all back together, so I think all we got to do now is crank her up and see if we notice any difference, or if it's just different but the same. So let's go ahead and get her cranked up, shall we? Get you sit up here. Okay. Might help to have some light over here. Okay, that's where that noise is coming from. I'm not feeling anything. This goes around to the back and see if we get anything different from the exhaust, which I don't know if we would. Well, I guess she's done. I'm going to put the air cleaner back on and see if that means I can hear anything, but I think we're just about done. Okay, we got the air cleaner on so we don't have the big air intake noise. And I don't know, maybe if some of y'all are more familiar with this kind of stuff than I am, I'm not seeing anything, not hearing anything. More importantly, I'm not smelling anything, no exhaust. So maybe that fixed it. I do know that the sniper is probably going to have to do a little bit of learning now that the exhaust leak is gone, and the O2 sensor is probably getting different readings than it has been. So I know that's got to happen. But anyway, go ahead and shut her off. So there we go. We got one new exhaust gasket put in. I thought I would share, in case anybody is interested, on part numbers here, because I hadn't done that. So the gasket, the donut, it goes from the manifold to the exhaust pipe. There is a 3/4 or 1 3/4 inch one if it's the mahole. Anyway, this one right here, that's a F7355. Again, that's for a 200 inline 6 with a stock exhaust. So there you go. And if you also want to get one of these remflex, my wife's a Duran Duran fan. I'm apparently stuck, in Duran Duran mode. And it, let's see if I have the part number. Here it's the 3016. This is for all stock manifolds. They also have one, if you do get the header, they do have a header one on there. But anyway, you can see all that stuff. And notice it says a couple of things in here that do not use sealers, so I did not use a sealer. Don't need longer bolts, I didn't, and don't over tighten. So I don't think I did that. But anyway, I think that does it, guys. We got the new manifold on. It seems to be doing seems to be doing gasket things, because we got the new exhaust manifold gasket on. Sorry guys, I got a lot going on. I'm getting ready to head to a conference and think about that. Anyway, I'm rambling. So with that, guys, again, thanks for all your support. Hopefully this is helpful for others out there looking to do it. You know, again, a couple of things that we had to do. We had did have to remove the starter and the alternator to get to some of those bottom, back, and front bolts in there. There may have been another way to do it. Just removing those seemed to be the easiest way, so that's what I did. Had to look up the foot-pounds on the manifold bolts, and I said that was 14 to 16 foot-pounds on there, so now you know on there. Yeah, I think, oh gosh, yeah. So again, something I meant to mention here for this, and I don't know that I've mentioned this in the past, but make sure you have a decent tap and die set if you're going to be working on one of these old cars, because the threads, both on bolts, nuts, as well as holes in various things, often get mucked up, cattywampus, just not good. And those tap and die sets can really help you clean out those issues, redo the threads on a bolt, clean out the threads on a nut, and clean out the hole on the block or wherever else you're trying to put a bolt into. So really recommend that. Again, I did that here with this one. On most of it, well, I didn't actually chase all the threads in the block, well, in the head. The manifold actually connects the head, because I know some of those, when I had the head redone, they had to put helicoils in there where I had broke off bolts when I first did this 5 years ago, which I found out as I was editing videos while waiting for paint to dry. Yeah, I did the exhaust on this car 5 years ago, so the things weren't nearly as new as I thought they were. So anyway, with that, guys, thank you for all your support. I hope you have a great and wonderful time. You hope that life is treating you well and all those great things. It's just after September 11th, 2025 at the time we're recording this video. And, you know, that September 11th is always a rough time for those of us here in the United States. And then we had other events happen as well that really, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to really say any opinions on it other than it's rough. So guys, please be kind to each other. Try to remember that just because somebody doesn't agree with you doesn't mean they're necessarily evil. This is supposed to be a country where we have the freedom of speech, that we have the freedom to assemble, and so on. And, you know, I took an oath many years ago to protect and defend the Constitution that helps protect many of those rights. And so I am very emphatic about the fact that I may not agree with you, but I will defend to my death your right to believe it, say it, and live it. So with that, guys, again, thanks so much. See y'all in the next video. And yeah, don't forget our merch store, link down in the description. Not a lot out there, but some neat stuff, I think. So with that, guys, see y'all later. So, wow, we got that done pretty good. I think it's good. Car runs.